Welcome to Calendar Blocks and Life Talks, the podcast where two sisters sit down and have the conversation. We're usually too busy, too tired, or too polite to say out loud. We talk about work, we talk about family, relationships, getting older, and everything in between, especially the parts that don't look put together as they seem. Because the truth is, most of us are just trying to figure it out, and some days it doesn't seem like we're getting it right at all. Hi, I'm Garcia.
I'm Telly.
And we are the Her Castle Girls.
Hi there.
Welcome to episode 2 of Calendar Blocks and Life Talks. Today, topic title is Signs You're Burnt Out but Still Functioning. And this is a special one, I think, for Telly and myself, and just super excited to kind of get into this. And then I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it, because again, this is stuff that we know we've both been through, but I don't think we've ever really talked about it. So.
Yeah, and it's funny because like we see one another's like burnouts.
Oh yeah.
Without saying anything.
Yeah.
It'll be like, girl, are you okay? Like, girl, I see you rubbing your face. Like,
girl,
I see you tapping your head. I was like, are you okay?
Just to set everything up.
Yeah.
As to, so I had a moment recently where, I thought, okay, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I'm showing up at work. I'm handling all the responsibilities I have at work, at home, in life, and I'm getting things done.
Right.
But while I'm getting things done and I'm doing the things, I don't feel good about it. I'm not sad enough to stop doing the stuff.
Right.
Right. But I also feel that I'm not overwhelmed enough to just crash out.
Right. So it's like you're in a weird, like a rock in a hard place.
Yeah. And that feeling of being tired?
Girl,
you're so tired that sleeping doesn't make it go away. And you just kind of start wondering, is this burnout? Because I'm still functioning.
Right. Is
this normal? So,
yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel about that?
It's funny because even like what you just said now, it's almost like, and this is to be so controversial, but it's the truth. It's almost like a functioning like alcoholic or a functioning drug addict. Yeah. Like they do their drug and they're either really high from it or it's like or they're really low about it depending on what they took. And they're still like trying to function through. Yeah. And it's almost like the drug in this case is like addicted to work. Yeah. And you just keep on thinking, okay, a little bit more. If I just keep pushing myself a little bit more, and you feel the exhaustion, but like you said, you're not tired enough to like just completely pull your hair and go, like you're not there yet. Right. And the whole goal is to not get there. Right. The whole goal is to, stop before any of that happens. But yeah, it's funny, when a part that you said too that really hit home with me is the type of exhaustion where even when you sleep, it doesn't take away the exhaustion from the burnout. Yeah. Like, I still wake up tired, which is weird because your body, because then you think, okay, I didn't get any like deep sleep. And it's kind of like, okay, did I get any sleep at all? Because I'm waking up even more tired than I was when I first went to bed. And you just feel drained, and then you go to your laptop and you sit and you're just like, you take a deep breath thinking, okay, let's get to it. And it's just like the constant push. It's like, especially at not the job I'm at now, I'm thankful, although even at every job you're gonna have burnout. When I remember burnout, I'm like on the verge of tears. I feel like my eyes getting watery, and I'm just
maybe I just need to cry.
Yeah, I just need to have like a good cry, and like try not to go in the fetal position. I try. I didn't say I don't. I do.
Yeah. And you know what too? What makes burnout in a way for certain people, sometimes it's dependent on, I can only speak as, a Black woman. But, like, for some people, burnout isn't as loud and dramatic as it can be for us. A lot of us are functioning. We're functioning through the exhaustion, through the confusion, through sometimes depression.
That's a danger.
And things are getting done. So on the outside, the people that are supporting you, your friends, your family, they think, no, she's okay, he's okay, you know, they're okay. But you're actually running on empty. And putting out the most.
And that's dangerous when, because it's one thing when, you know, everyone knows like a person's personality, and the craziest part is when that person still has that high level. It's like, hey, Carl, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. Hey, Telly, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. And you know, you have that energy, you know, with your voice, you're saying it, and they really do feel, oh yeah, Car's doing great. She's doing fine. And then what makes it even worse is when someone says, hey, because they don't know that, you know, you're completely at your wit's end. They don't know you're going through it. So when someone comes up to you and says, hey, do you mind taking over this account? Or do you mind, and they're sweet. They say, do you mind? Meaning you don't have to. But because you want to keep the facade going, you say, yeah, sure, give it to me. I can do it. No problem. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, why'd you say it? Why'd you do? And I think the reason why, deep down, why we do it is literally because we always have this fear. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I always have this fear like, oh my gosh, if I say no, they're going to think that I don't want to be at my job. They're going to feel like I don't want my job. They're going to feel like I'm not a team player. You're not a team player. And why you say, although none of that is
not
real.
Giving your all.
Yeah. And that's not what they're thinking at all.
No.
But in the back of my crazy mind, I'm thinking, oh, so I better say yes. Although it's like, girl, you can say no. But
you know what? And you're so right.
Trippy.
That actually leads me into thinking about this idea of like, you know, always showing up even when you literally don't have the energy to do it. And kind of saying to yourself, oh, I'll sleep. There's this horrible saying that used to be a thing. I'll sleep when I'm dead. And it's this idea that you're just going to work and do all the things and do everything.
Drop down.
And just be like, oh, when I pass, you know, I'll get all the rest I need. Even saying that.
Right? It's like,
what?
It's even actually hilarious. There's actually a Bon Jovi song that's called I'll Sleep When I'm Dead.
Were the baby boomers
right thinking? And that I'm glad you said baby boomers, because I feel like that's where it all stems from.
That's where it stems from.
Like, at least now they have like therapy is, you know, not frowned upon.
Right.
You get your personal days.
Yes.
If you really are having a real burnout, you talk to your managers. They're like, hey, listen,
take a day.
Like, don't sit here burning yourself out when you open your mouth and say something. First of all, say something when you're burnt out. But back in, like, think about like the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Where it was just all about you must be productive. And in order to rest, you need to earn it by working, overworking to exhaustion. And then at that point, that's when you deserve rest.
And you're exhausted. What can you do? Like, where are you going? You can't even rest because you're so high strung, because now your body is so wired to just, you know, leveling up all the time.
Yeah.
And there's so much like subliminal messages too, because when you think about like hustle culture and like, yo, I love me some Sierra and the whole level up. But then you think about it and you're like, that seems like a lot of work.
Again, it's... Yeah, and you know what's funny? Because logically, we know that in order to be productive, you need rest. Your brain needs to be okay. Your body physically needs to be okay.
Exactly.
One of the number one things you need to do is rest, is sleep, is relax, is have those moments where your brain is just doing nothing.
Right.
To feel relaxed so you can be productive. But yet we're still working against the biology of how our bodies work.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh wow, because now it's like, why? I know why, but it's just like, you want to break that cycle, but you find it like almost impossible. It's so easy just to fall into the pattern of, I can do it. One more day, one more task, one more thing, one more email, and you just get suckered in, and it's like a never-ending like rabbit hole.
Yeah. I wanted to hit on this idea of, you know, you're doing work.
Yeah.
And when we talk about work, you know, we're not just talking about your office.
No, we're talking about like
your place of work. We're talking about maybe you're taking care of kids. Maybe you're taking care of parents, elderly loved ones.
Yeah.
Maybe you're taking care of a spouse that is in need of caretaking.
Yeah.
Whatever you are doing, wherever your time is spent, maybe you volunteer a lot of your time to great causes. But whatever you're doing, you can end up doing too much.
Girl, 1,000% yes. You can do way too much.
And
way too
I
much.
find when I'm burnt out, I'm doing the things, but I have no excitement doing it. I have no pride in what I'm doing.
Yep.
I don't feel like great about, you know,
what's your accomplishments?
I've accomplished this and I feel so great about it and I can't wait to go back next week and do the same thing. I'm just checking the boxes like, yep, that's
like
done.
just going on to the next one. On to the next one.
And I really think it's important for humans to have the attachment of joy and accomplishment to the tasks that we do.
Absolutely. And I feel that you have to show yourself some grace too. A lot of people, you know, you don't check off you just check off the box.
Yeah.
You don't sit and say, wow, I closed this account. Oh my gosh. And you don't get to go and say, you know, I'm going to celebrate myself for a bit. I'm going to go for a lovely little, I don't know, a little stroll, buy myself a little treat. Yeah. And then, you know, take a minute to at least even give your brain a reset.
Yeah.
If you're just checking off the boxes, like, doop, doop, and you're not taking a moment to even celebrate yourself.
Yeah.
That's another form of burnout. Actually, I even remember you saying too, the different types of burnout, because you have your burnout at home with family and whatever, and then you have your burnout at work, and it's like, where does someone go? You know what I mean?
And that's a problem, and I find that is a problem specifically right now, I think with Gen X and millennial aged people, is where do you turn? Because we have an economy, first of all, where everybody is kind of struggling.
Definitely.
You know, we're all like trying to make the bills. We're trying to go on vacation so we can rest. We're trying to get the spa days in. We're trying to get the massages in. But it's hard to find time between those calendar blocks.
Hey! But
now you know why we have the name we have. And it's just difficult to find that space.
It is.
Where it's just you deciding what you want to do.
It's hard.
And we're not finding that.
No. And then, do you ever start to feel like guilty?
Oh.
Because then you're like, okay. And because when you do, let's say you finally do find some time in your calendar to say, oh, okay, I can squeeze in a little massage. I can go to the spa between 2 and 4. Okay, I'll do it then.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh, wait, though. Oh, but my parents, they might need something. Oh, but maybe I should get a head start on that project I'm working on. Oh, wait, the groceries. I don't want the kids to starve. Oh, but my husband has that big event coming up and he needs my support. It just seems like everything is just tumbling down on a person.
Yeah, you know, you brought that up and it's such a good point. Because as a woman, I feel, you know, I need to be pleasant. Even when I say no to something, I need to be pleasant about it.
Yeah.
I have to be responsive. I can't leave someone on red for too long.
Right.
Because that's mean.
That's mean.
And people have expectations of me.
Yeah.
I need to show up because I'm doing my job. I'm doing my responsibility.
Right.
I'm stepping up, and that's the right thing to do.
Right.
But is it the right thing to do when you are just tired?
And that's, girl, it's not. Because then, because you didn't get any rest, you're going to start making the wrong decisions. Or you're going to start, like, dozing off during a Zoom call, and, that's just embarrassing.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You don't want that. You don't want to be, like, there yapping, and all of a sudden your eyes get really heavy, and you're looking at the camera like this.
Yeah.
And people are wondering, are you okay, girl? Are you on?
Yeah. Yeah, when I'm burnt out as well, I make bad decisions.
Yep.
I make poor decisions.
Oh,
I don't do things in a logical
Because your brain doesn't get a chance to, like, reset.
Yeah.
So therefore, you think that you read an email. This happens to me a lot.
And rather than responding, you react.
Yeah, you react
right?
instead of... and you react, and it's like, wait a minute. Did I...
You write an email and then you read it over. You're like, oh, I can't send that.
You can't send that. I remember one time I got so frustrated with with some of our building managers, and I love my manager. Big ups to Michelle. She is fantastic. But this was like last year. I've changed since. No, I haven't. But but she knows me, and I forget. I can't remember what happened, but something happened, and it really upset it. I was upset about it. So I wrote an email, and then I was smart. I said, you know what? Before I send this, let me send this to my manager, so that she can look it over, because that's the right thing to do. Because if you're unsure, you should send it to a third party. Send it to your sister, your brother. Send it to someone you can trust that will look it over and be honest with you. She read it and she was like, "Tell me you can't send this." I'm like, okay. So I took my words and said, you know what? I'm gonna put this to ChatGPT, because I'm still hot and I don't want to send an angry email. I don't want to be that way. So I put it through and I read it over and I thought, oh, this is fine. And I sent it. And I was attached my manager to it. And when she got it, she was like, Chantel. But the cool thing was that our building operator, he's so cool. He was so apologetic for what happened. So we were like, okay, we heard like high five. We're like, hey, if it got the job done, it got the job done. But at the same time too, it was like, you know what? Emotions can rise. Yeah. Because you're tired. And you don't think, you just...
That's it. Yeah.
And really type and...
Yeah, and you're pushing send on things.
And there's no undo. You're taking too long to do the undo button.
Right. Undo only lasts for a few seconds. And what makes it worse is you do it in person or on a Zoom call, where taking that back, it's kind of hard to say, oh, well, I didn't mean it that way, when it was, face to face.
Especially when it's a recorded call too.
So what burnout can do is it can really make you feel, what is wrong with me? And then anyone that asks you of something, even if they're asking in the nicest way, you become very short with people. You are holding in all this emotion. Yeah. And it's kind of like, recently I decided, let me make it a long weekend, an extra long weekend. Yeah. I highly recommend. And doing that allowed me to, first of all, step away from devices. And when I say devices, I just don't mean your work laptop. I mean even your cell phone. Oh, definitely. Because there's notifications on there. Right. You gotta step away from that. Your iPad. Yep. What I do with my iPad, the only things that are on my iPad are my Kindle. Yep. So I can read books and not be connected. There are no notifications on it. Just everything else is disabled. Yeah. It is literally a book. Yeah. I go outside. I go out amongst people and just have a good time in real life. Yeah. And I think that is very healing. It is. To do that. It is. And it's affordable. Because you can go outside. You don't have to go on these luxurious... You don't need to go to Aspen. You don't need to go to Italy, as cool as it is. Everyone's on a budget. You can literally just go to a park or go on your balcony, go outside. If you're in an apartment, whatever. I don't care where you are. I don't care what you live in. Put your feet up. Put your feet up, kick back, and relax. Go to a park, take up your sandals, and touch the grass. Feel the earth beneath you. Yeah. Lie down, roll, read a book. Go to sleep. I love naps. Sleep is great. And that's what I do to decompress. I nap. I don't think a lot of people understand the importance of sleep, and especially as women. As I age more, I'm finding the true value in sleep. When we were younger, we could all 3, 4 a.m. Have no issue, and then still go to work. Yeah. But these days, sleep is so important. It's so valuable. But speaking of sleep, because then you have
It's funny. When it comes to like burnout, I always feel... Do you feel guilty when you think about your personal burnout from whatever it may be? It might be work, it might be a volunteer, it might be family. But then you think of like people that have like jobs that are like really like, you know...
Oh, like a nurse or medical industry,
like
doctor.
The pit. Like the pit, you know, like,
like
you know,
these very high stress paramedics,
yeah,
firefighters,
the stock market and stuff, like, you know,
officers, where I always say that, you know, and I
don't
always
wanna
say
be
to myself, you know,
dry.
what I do, babies aren't dying and no one is losing their life.
Right.
If
something doesn't
make a ball fall.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
And that's how I try to show myself grace.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you don't want to devalue what you do.
Exactly.
At the same time.
Because it's like, okay, you're not, you know, saving lives, but you're very valuable in doing what you do. So you don't want to, like, you know, just put that aside.
Here's the thing. It is a thing. For instance, although, you know, Tully and myself, you know, we work in the tech industry.
Yeah.
However, this conversation could easily be had with a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, absolutely.
They are also dealing with their stresses where
for sure
maybe their child has a learning disability or a health problem.
Yeah.
So they have to devote all their time to ensuring that their child is able to get the education they need, but also get the health care that they need. That is very stressful.
Quite.
Because they're also dealing with other things. Have the house bills been paid? Is the money coming in that we need to keep the household?
Care of the house and of the child.
Right. So
yeah,
there can be so much going on that you kind of disassociate.
Yeah. And
you're just kind of floating around and doing all the things, floating around, but you are no longer present.
Yeah, and that's a danger.
Yeah, and you can't lean into things anymore. So, again, maybe your close friends might see it, but you don't even realize it. Sometimes, I've had before in life where people had to tell me, girl, take a vacation. Mm-hmm. Girl, like Tully was saying, it doesn't need to be a vacation in Saint Tropez.
Right.
It can literally be a staycation.
Yeah.
It can be I'm going to stay in bed today.
Your own little cute spa day or
sit
something
on the balcony.
Yep.
Whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
I read an article recently too. I told you about it. Where they basically said that with a full-time workload, people should be actually taking time off every 2 months.
That's crazy. Because I don't think anyone's really doing that.
I don't think anyone is taking...
I don't think anyone's doing that.
2 days every 2 months off. I doubt it.
So. I doubt it too. I really don't think
I know that I haven't done that. I have definitely
not.
Where I've gone maybe 5 to 6 months and haven't taken, unless there's a holiday in there, like a mandatory holiday.
You might like maybe add a day onto it, maybe. And sometimes we don't. And it's funny because I won't realize it until it's like the end of year, and sometimes they only allow a certain amount of days to roll over. So that's when you realize, oh, I have all this vacation time because you never used it, because you just keep going. And like you were saying, Car, you're going and going, you're not even you anymore. Like, I think like the you is gone, and you're just like a zombie, just constantly going in, clocking in, doing your work, clocking out, and then the next day. And even like, and I think people forget too, just because you go in a building or you work from home, it doesn't matter. Wherever you put wherever your desk is,
that's work.
Whether it's your work van, your clipboard for summer camp, when you're one of the camper
maybe
people,
you work in a gym.
Work in a gym.
Maybe, wherever you work is
stress
your work.
is stress, you know, and you gotta find a way.
I read also or watched a video about women's health, and the biggest problem women have right now when it comes to their health is cardiovascular issues, heart disease.
Okay.
How is this caused? Stress. Burnout is the manifestation of stress in your body. So we shouldn't look at burnout and just say, oh, they're burnt out, whatever. It's a lot deeper than that. It's a lot deeper than someone feeling, oh, they're just a bit irritated because...
No, it's deeper than that.
It is deeper than that.
Absolutely.
And it does play on your body physically.
Definitely,
and can make the remaining years of your life very distressed and can cut the time you have left.
Definitely cut you short.
Yeah.
And that's it. I know that, like, we'll stick with women for a while since we're women. So, and I know that men have their stresses and all that. They've got the same issues that we do. But I think because women, we're such natural nurturers, even when our husbands or our men or our brother or cousin, whatever it may be, if they're stressed, you kind of just take your own stresses and put them in the corner. Yeah. And you go and you tend to your friend, your husband, your mom, your dad. You tend to other people because that's what women do. We tend to other people. And you still just kind of leave your problem, your irritation off to the side. And you leave it there and you just keep on putting more irritations and more burnouts on this one very, weak looking shelf until you put one too many and the whole thing just collapses. Yeah. And at that time it's too late. And the last thing that someone should do is get a call from their doctor saying, listen, you gotta slow down or else you have high levels of God knows what in your bloodstream. Your arteries aren't looking too hot. You're getting constant migraines. That could be signs of stroke. We have to, and a lot of times too, when you're under stress, because you're not thinking about your health, even when you feel slight pains and stuff, you might think, oh, maybe I just pulled a muscle. No, you didn't. It's your body saying,
crying out,
please take a break.
You start with, okay, burnout, it makes it hard for you to do your job properly. It makes it hard for you to do the responsibilities that not only need you to do something, but do things with intention and emotional ties. But it also affects your body physically in a way where you're making yourself sick.
Yeah. Like weight loss, weight gain, muscle loss. You don't want to do anything with your friends anymore. You don't want to go on date night with your husband or your husband with wife. You don't want to play with your kids. You're just like, I'm tired. And then everyone's just kind of wondering, okay, this is not.
This is, and I can say that I think that now that I am more aware.
Ooh, that's important, to be aware.
Yeah, the awareness of knowing that, you know what, girl, Garcia, you need a break. Yeah. I think having that ability to know that is literally what saves my life.
Yes, because you're aware. Yeah. And it's, everybody is different. I know that some people, they're going to keep on ignoring the signs. They're going to keep on not being aware. But you have to try. And when you really feel, you know when your body's had enough. Like everybody knows, but they just choose to ignore. That's it. But you'll find joy when you stop ignoring and start saying, you know what? I need a break. Now, I don't know what everyone's work life is like. Yeah. Everyone's had their bosses from hell. Thank God the places that you work at, the place that I work, we don't have bosses like that. Our bosses are literally God sent. True. They are phenomenal. Very lucky. But I remember working in places where my boss from like years ago, I still have PTSD from how she treated not only me, but everyone in the office, where she was just a brute. And she'd make, even though you're entitled to have your time off, she'd make it be as if, oh, well, why? Almost like she wants to say why.
Yeah, because she's coming from that generation again.
She was much older.
Generation of why do you need 3 days off? Why do you need 5 days off? Like, why aren't you selling your soul to this place? And it's a thing where I will say this again. Yeah. We never really provide solutions here. We're not we're not here to solve your problems, but we're just here to share on a topic and relate and build a community where we can easily talk about these things in a place where people understand and can resonate. But it's one of these things where this is why you have to advocate for yourself.
You have to.
And you have to say, I need a day. You know what? I had a rough call today, or I had a rough... Is it possible for me to leave early today just to be all right for the next day or for the next business day? Like, you have to have the confidence and the belief in yourself to do that. I do believe when you do that, people will help you.
I believe that too, especially in the generation we're in now. Mental health is on the radar. A lot of people now they're not joking with that anymore to say, oh, just keep coming to work or keep doing your thing. It's like, you know what, take your breaks. I mean, until they finally give us like 3-day weekends. It's like, when are we gonna get our 3-day weekend? Until they do that, you just have to really fend for yourself, and don't be afraid to be like, you know what, I'm gonna message my manager, like, hey, I'm just gonna take the rest of the afternoon off. I just need to get my mind back in peace. And if it's a nice day outside, go outside. If it's raining, that's okay. Grab a puzzle.
Hey,
do something. Cook. Make a cake.
Yeah.
I don't know, something, whatever it takes to just make you again.
And, you know, another thing I would say is really take a look at the whole scale of your load. Do you have too much on your plate? Is your calendar full with everything you really want to do? Mm-hmm. Does that hour meeting need to be an hour? Can it be half an hour? Mm-hmm. Can it be 15 minutes? Mm. You know, if you cut out all the fluff from that meeting agenda, it's probably a 15-minute meeting.
Agreed.
You know?
Yeah.
So I hope that in this conversation today, we've kind of walked through things that help us realize that, you know, burnout's going to be there, but we can definitely work through it, find a place where we can recognize it, be aware of it, and in our own way, because a lot of people have different ways of dealing with it.
Yep, they do.
Deal with our own burnout and come out better after some rest, after time.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Like, don't be comfortable being burnt out. That's not what you want.
No.
You do want to be okay with that. Yeah. That's dangerous. So take care of yourself and be mindful of others too, because everyone's going through something, man. So because everyone's going through something, be a little more kind, be a little more sensitive to people, and, you know, and really look out for yourself and listen to your body.
Yes. Now, this was Signs You're Burnt Out But Still Functioning, episode 2 of Calendar Blocks and Life Talks. Thank you so much for joining us. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and then follow us on Spotify, where this podcast is. We will be eventually on other places where you like to listen to podcasts.
Yes.
So continue to watch us so you learn when that happens. Thank you everyone for listening and watching, and we'll chat with you all soon. See you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.